Okay. While those people are restarting their computers, I'm just going to talk about SSH real quick. So, hopefully you guys all have VSCode on your actual computers now. So, the question is, okay, how do I connect to CSE systems? So, we have this protocol, this network protocol called Secure Shell, or SSH, and it just enables computers to communicate with each other. So, there's this very nice guide by older now, called Abraham. If you go to this link, I'll leave it on for a bit. You will see it, and we'll follow this guide. You can also just search like Abby Rowan, SSH on Google. It should just come up because you can't know typing into the URL. So you should see this here. So you can see this is for like a VS Code user, and the prerequisites are either you're on Mac OS, or you're using WSL, or you have a Linux system. And you can kind of start looking at it if you're on Mac right now, but I'm not going to go through it yet. You should have a look at it because I think I'll probably need to help out the Windows people. The steps, I think this guide is quite good, so hopefully you can follow along for a bit on your own first. So if not, like I just want to ask, are there any Windows people who are still in the process right now of making WSL work first? Yeah. 3 people, okay. Sorry. How am I just I don't want people to be doing So have you guys restarted your computers? Can you open Ubuntu or WSL? You can't open it. What about everyone else? Doesn't work as well? Yeah, you will need to go into your BIOS. Is there anyone who it works for? Because if there isn't, I probably can't help you until the break. And this is also why we hate Windows, by the way.
When is the break? Just curious.
Probably be at, I want to say it's at like 3:50, something like that.
Interesting.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna go forward with the Mac people. So, yeah, okay. So my system is gonna be like the same as yours. It's clean actually right now. So what you need to do is open the terminal. And run this command. Okay, actually, you need to run this command first. Okay, the first thing you'll probably need to do is install Homebrew. So Homebrew is essentially, oh wait, I'm an idiot. It's like it's a system that allows you to download things on Mac. And here's the install. The command will be on that link if you click here, and you see here, and then you go to the link, and then you can copy this command. Hopefully, it downloads. This might take a while as well. Yeah, just, are you guys like following along right now? Just want to make sure. Yeah, okay.
He doesn't know this is funny. I'm already good at it.
Okay, hopefully that installs in not too long time. But after that installs, you basically just want to follow along and follow these commands. And what this allows you to do eventually is on your system, you can have like a folder called CSE or something, and you can like view the file system, like view your files on the CSE machine from your computer. Are you guys all downloading as well right now? Yeah, this might take a while, honestly. Yes, there is a CSE person account on. I don't know about. Are the tickets already? Like, yeah. It would be on Facebook. Actually, wait, do you guys know where I can find the information for like CSE camp tickets? Yeah, it would just be on Facebook, right?
There's no more.
There's no more.
There's
Okay,
a
sold out.
wait list.
No, just search CSESoc. They probably, I would assume they sold out like last week.
Wait.
Yeah. So what we're covering, the question was like what we're covering today is like how we set stuff up and also like what the first year courses are like.
It's secret keys. I need to secret.
There's also 153 one, yeah, but yeah. I guess 2521 as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, so within those courses, what we'll be covering is like what the assessments are like, what the content covered in those courses are, and that's pretty much, and like what they lead to, what courses they lead to as well. For like, if you really don't know what's going on in your first year, then yeah, we'll be looking at that. The thing is, like, you don't really know what happens in those courses until like you enroll in them. At which point you don't know, like, okay, when should I put these courses and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I guess that we'll go through the stuff in the courses as well, yeah. We don't go through the content, no. We go through an overview of what the content would be.
I just want to say, some of us are calling them. Yeah, that's CSESoc.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, to go into the class, you would have to be enrolled in it, but we feel that it's hard to make an informed decision about what and when to enroll in it. We will tell you what's difficult and like what are common things that people mess up on. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be in the latter half, probably like after 210. The reason we're doing this is because in Comp 1511, the way they make you code is very restrictive, and you can't really code on your own, and like it's not a good reflection of any system or setup that you would use in real life, essentially. It's a setup to allow you to code. Yes, you can, but it's very restrictive and not a good reflection of how you. Well, firstly, the CSE systems, the servers can be clogged a lot of times because there are a lot of people using it, and also you have restricted file space allocated to you on the servers as well. Sure. We will not have another one of these sessions. Yeah. Okay, so it finished downloading for me. Hopefully it finished downloading for you as well. So I'm going to continue. Run this command. For now, you don't really need to know what each and every command does because like it's actually quite complicated, but just run them.
Yes, make it
Can I zoom in?
No, you can't. Easily. 9 plus.
Is this better? Sorry, is this better?
Yeah.
Okay.
outputting a partial I need it's outputting a partial
I don't know if the actual system. Yes.
Yeah. You need to restart your
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you just oh yeah. Wait, did you want this?
That's the same one that I use.
One thing you need to do first I'll say it at the front if that's okay. So if you have WSL installed now and it's like you managed to get it to work and you also have VS Code installed now, what you need to do first is go to your VS Code and download an extension. If you just search WSL, it should come up, and it's the first one with like 33 million downloads. You want to install this. Just click install and it should work. It might get you to restart VS Code or restart your computer. If it does do that, yeah, just do that. Okay, so I've done those two downloads now. What I'm gonna do is make a folder called CSE, and so this will just be where my system connects to the CSE system essentially. Okay, for the next part, I have to run this command, and it's basically telling like, okay, to connect into the CSE systems, I need a login and a password, right? Like when you use TigerVNC, too loud.
Wait, it's because like you would, I feel you would kind of like progress with the instructions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it just SSD. Probably. Okay, I'm copying it.
Just go.
Sure.
This is like this is like
After you download, I might just take a look.
Oh, you found it.
Are you supposed to do this
Yeah, okay. So, after
I don't know.
you need
Oh, no one knows the word. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll be Oh shit, 내가 비싸게
Just download.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, how long is it?
What if it's
Almost certainly the Wi-Fi is just bad.
Okay.
They need longer songs before they technically you can go like 7
We only do it first into like so like setting up and then after this it's like modules. So for example, we'll be running a session on content. But this is not very it's just like showing my although we have 7 years so 2, 5, 2, and also 3, 1, 2, 1. And then yeah, when it was like for that like most context. But then everything else like because that's the one doing it, it's like did you do it? Did you have a question? It's been a long just type it and then press enter. Like it's getting tapped again. It's every end of the term we'll do a session. Yeah, because like a lot of verses I don't know what to do. It's like installing and shit. If you got any more problems, just ask me. Oh yeah. I mean, we're like recording this, someone worried that they can't trust the recording, but recording, we'll probably upload it on the CSESoc Education.
Let's continue this.
You guys have fun.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Alright, back to
Okay, I'm gonna continue along right now on my machine.
Oh yeah, can I just unplug it and plug it in?
Well, technically she's
Okay, your white guy with the black shirt. Yeah, I mean the black hoodie. So if you continue and you run the SSHFS command, you should have gotten a pop-up on your screen which said like something like preferences something something like not allowed. Just click on that. It should open this. Yeah. So if you can read the top, this is the link. But if you search TigerVNC, CSE, and VSCode, hopefully it'll come up as well. Just let me know if you can't find the link to this. Okay, so like for this guide, we've already finished like the first part of like downloading VS Code and that stuff, so it's chill. So what we're going to do is go into VS Code, go into the left-hand side of VS Code. Is my VS Code open? Okay, we're going into this bottom tab, extensions, search. For this extension called SSHFS. And just let's install it across the control. we're going to go to the left here and click this. And we're going to create a new config for this. It's called CSE. Follow along the guide. Hopefully nothing goes wrong here. So the important thing is to set this to be this. So for the host, and port number 22. And then also the root, set it to total. So what this lets you do is just like it'll go straight into your section of the CSE machines, I suppose, instead of going to the root. And then also you're using. Probably have to save it.
Oh, you told me.
Let's see if you have call 151. Just create the window. Yeah, sure.
Actually, the things like yeah, and then it's like a different method of doing it. And I think generally, or just
What do you mean? Guys, we're just really to make sure we ran into an issue with the other one, so we're changing to a different article. But like we can just follow along, and it should hopefully be easier actually. So this is I know it's called the same name, but it's like separate things.
Because I haven't had
It's on the desk.
Okay. Okay. My bad. I assumed it was everything's wrong with it. Okay. That's fine. Still follow along with this, because this will actually be easier. Now, yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna save this config. And then I'm gonna go here, click this button. Request my apologies. Yes, what you can do is when you've done that, you can set up an SSH but that's an extra thing that you can Okay, yeah.
I don't know, but which one you want to use this for?
I was just telling you.
But some people might want to change it if they want to like better performance. But you can use this to run it. Well, you could. You don't have to like. So you could do it, but if you do it on your own machine instead, it's much faster. So like that's why like that's why the other stage is not bad. Because you don't have to, but it helps you in the next
One thing to know is with this method, you have to do something separate in order to run more tests. Yeah. So you should probably still follow all of this because this allows you the way this will work. This allows you to access the straight from one. Like it's a bit different. Yeah. I don't think you can run order tests because those commands. When you run a command, all that's happened is it connects your files to HTML. But when you run a command, it's still running it. Does that make sense? So like if you run like it doesn't exist.
You know TigerVNC?
Yeah.
The problem with TigerVNC is that it's really, really slow. So to fix that, we're trying to. So the thing with TigerVNC is that it loads up the entire code into this. There's some cases that we're creating. But we don't need the whole thing. We can simply just connect to Sorry for like checking. Why you guys don't see the payment? Oh,
That's it's working.
Hey, how you guys going? What happened?
I was using like the wrong.
We love a humble man. We love a humble man.
What else going to kind of singing?
And
Why didn't you? Wait, did you actually?
What is it different one?
Well, you can just type it here.
I did.
Everyone says you need to
Yeah,
type
I
it.
know, but like, I don't know why.
What was what?
Yeah, I don't know. I got the one.
and then just yeah.
How long
Yeah, it's probably like it's like that. Hey, maybe you want maybe you're
why is like the game? Why is
Apparently, in like so from when we make it like to now, there's like a change. Basically, SSD is like 8 gigabytes, and then before that, it was short to second. We don't need like SSD, but now SSD is like something they changed something, and then now it doesn't work. So we have to go back to a different. I'm going to the staff speaker.
It should be uncovered. This method is like
No, you'll be fine. Like, you just like, and then you'll use a lot. Like, if you want to see the career, it's just use a lot. Like everyone says it's like, oh, it's hard to get that's gonna regardless, like, and because your first year, people just aren't worth it. Most people don't work that hard. Like, they're just I was like, actually, I'm saying the whole lesson. I've been seeing it criticize now because they're looking at the hours. But I think
The thing is that
not too sure about that, but I just think it's anything. Otherwise, it's not like as hard as I say it is. Oh, I it's not hard. Like, you'll have to like, work hard to be up for that.
100.
Yo, Eric, can you come for a second?
Yeah, it went over there.
I'm actually not. I can do it. But it should just be right, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, there it is. It's like TigerVNC for that one on the So like, wait, like,
Wait, so you will
I think like TigerVNC is so that you have that, so then,
That's small. It's not mental. It'll actually help. I'm gonna take it crazy.
like that's very like TigerVNC like that. Like I think that's what it's using that
Oh yeah, I need to get something out of the space agency and that's
Oh!
She does.
Wait, I know what I know.
She's like,
You know what, like, they use it for
Wait, so
Okay, so now, like, this following this new way, it works now. So, like, wait, you still have to put the code man part, right? Yeah. So now you can see this is Eric's stuff. Let's go check out this like shitty code.
If I say that, it's really controversial. But it's just like, why is something that makes it happen?
Yeah, you should move it. Very good. Yeah.
With no connection or anything like my parents have learned. I think not time.
Is this new method working for people, by the way? Yes? Okay. There's like a lot of extensions to like change it. Like if you just search theme or something, like this is a popular one, GitHub theme. added one dark theme, like I'll just download one. It just changes the way stuff looks. I guess I can open something. There's also like other extensions. Like, you probably won't know these yet. Oh, but actually, no, IntelliSense for C. Like prettier, linting, GitLens, Lysa, all these are just different kinds of things that will help make your life easier and that you'll probably use at some point. You don't need to know what they are, but I'm just letting you know that they exist. Okay, it's your turn now, bro.
Go help them.
Hi everyone, my name is Eric, and now I'm going to be giving a general overview of first year courses in computer science. Yeah. So, hands up if you're doing Comp 151 this term. So that's basically everyone, which is good. So this is really important for you guys, but essentially right now I'm just going to give a basic introduction to the kind of stuff that the course covers and how to like approach the assignments and stuff. So firstly, as you all know, Comp 151 is the introductory course for computer science at UNSW, and as the first course, you know, it can't be too difficult, right? Everyone's trying to meet other people doing computer science, and I'm sure you guys will have a lot of fun and make many great memories in 1511. So generally, okay, so in 1511 you have labs, right? So every week you get given questions to do, and then you have to like submit them for labs, and then you can ask for questions at the labs. And then you also have 2 assignments as well as a final exam. So let me see what's next. Yeah, okay. One thing about this course though is that even though it's an introductory course, it is definitely not easy. And especially if you've never done like any sort of programming before, it may be difficult to approach this course because it's unlike any other subject you've done in high school, like for example maths and stuff. Because you have to think differently, you have to think like a computer, and not only do you have to think differently, you have to basically communicate differently as well, because you have to write everything in code and stuff. So yeah, so this course is definitely not easy, but do not be scared because it's very rewarding. You will learn a lot from this course just by making sure to keep on top of everything and doing everything. So yeah, try your best in this course definitely, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's not designed to be easy. Okay, so let's talk about the assignments. So there are 2 assignments in Comp 1511. The first assignment will be about arrays and stuff, but you guys probably don't know what that is yet, so that's chill. But basically, this is from my experience. The first assignment is definitely really difficult. Like when you do it, like, cause it's like, there's a lot of like weird concepts that you have to use that you never really thought of before. Like it's just like software engineering, like in general. So it's just hard to think about because it's literally like your first assignment that you ever have to do with computer science. So one thing though, definitely start the assignment early. Like don't leave it till the end. And if you look at when the assignment is released, I think it's released in week 4, week 5. But one advantage that you guys have to make sure to take advantage, like one thing you have to take advantage of is the fact that the assignment runs through the flex week, which is week 6, which is like the midterm break, and it will be submitted after the flex week. And that's really important. It's really important to, you know, make sure to use the time, use all the free time that you have in the flex week to work on the assignment, because the assignment is really long and there's 4 stages and there's a lot of stuff you have to do throughout. So make sure to keep on top of things, like don't do everything last minute, and yeah. And especially the stage 4, so these assignments come in 4 stages, right? The stage 4 is really difficult, but it's really difficult, so make sure to start early. But one good thing about these assignments though is that as long as you make sure to do everything, you can pretty much get full marks. Because what happens is that for the assignments, they release a bunch of auto tests, right? So do you guys know what auto tests are? for the people that haven't started their first lab yet, essentially, when they give you like a lab question, to ensure that you've gotten the correct answer, so the correct solution to the lab question, they give you a bunch of audit tests, which are just a bunch of test cases to make sure that your code is behaving correctly, like to the correct solutions. So that's basically what audit tests are. And essentially, for the assignments, they release like basically all of the audit tests that they use in the marking. So as long as you make sure to pass all the audit tests that you get in the assignment, you will probably get full marks. Like a worst case, I think like 98 or something, but you will probably get full marks. So yeah. Okay, assuming you have like good style and stuff, like not too long functions, like the mapped indentations before and stuff. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is just like do what you gotta do for the assignments, and you will get really good marks. So that's for the assignments. So assignment 1, pretty difficult. Assignment 2, this is what I found, right? Assignment 2, the difficult part is learning the content. So like assignments are like you learn the content and then you apply the content, right? With assignment 2, learning the content, like pointers and linked lists, is really difficult, but then actually applying it in the assignment, I found that it's a bit easier than assignment 1, at least in my experience. So yeah, these are basically just my my thoughts on the 2 assignments. And then the final exam. So with the final exam, obviously make sure to do any past papers they give you. And also, if you're trying to aim for like 80 plus in the final exam, right? Try to do all the 3-dot exercises in the labs. So have you guys seen the 3-dot exercises in the labs yet? Anyone seen them? So those are like really difficult, right? But yeah, if you make sure to, you don't even have to like do them first try. Like if you don't know it, look at the solution, right? Really understand how it works. And if you do all that throughout the term, you will get, trust me, you will get really good marks in the final exam. And yeah, overall, you will get pretty good marks in the course. So that's essentially my thoughts on Comp 101. Do you guys have any questions? Like literally any questions you have to ask about the course? No? Alright. So that's 1.11, teaches you the basic concepts of programming. And now, let's talk about 1521. So, 1.11 is like the first course with provider audit tests. 1521 is probably like the last course with provider audit tests. So, if you guys think that audit tests are like pretty painful now, imagine without them. Without them, you won't even know if your code behaves the correct way you want. But yeah, 1.21 is the last course you will do with provider audit tests, and it is the course that comes right after 1.11. And if 1.11 talks about the basics of programming, what 1.21 does is go through low-level system programming. So if you look at C now, right, there's like printf and stuff and all that. We actually, have you guys heard of a compiler before? Yeah. So compilers are essentially just little like just a bit of a software that turns code. So for example, C code, right? C is the language that you guys are using right now. Compilers turn the C code into machine code, so like 1s and 0s and stuff, yeah? And essentially what we do in 1.21 is to kind of translate C code into assembly code. So, have you guys heard of assembly code before? Okay, wait, that's actually pretty surprising. Okay, but assembly code is like what C code compiles into. Actually, maybe I'll just show you guys what it looks like, just for a little bit. Oops. Okay, not this code. So essentially, C code gets compiled into something that looks like this, right? So if you thought C looks really archaic, this is even worse. And yeah, this is like what C compiles into. And then after this, it gets compiled into 1s and 0s, which the computer, the machine, will read. But essentially, 1.21, the first part of 1.21 involves you translating C code into assembly code. Now, even though this looks really weird, one thing about this though is that it's not super difficult because you literally just follow like a set of like, you follow a really like structured process in which you translate the code. So even though it's really tedious, luckily it's not too difficult, and it's like there's not that much thinking involved. And because of that, assignment 1, which is the assignment that will involve this translation, is actually quite manageable because there's not much thinking you have to do, because all the logic, like all the computational logic, is already given as a part of the C code. You're not actually doing any programming in the first assignment. You're simply translating the C code into assembly code. So it's pretty manageable. However, the latter half of the course becomes much harder because you get to do stuff like bit manipulation. So I'm not going to talk about what it is, but like basically it's just like numbers and stuff. You have to work with numbers and stuff. Not only that, you also have to do a bunch of file operations. So writing to a file, reading from a file, and stuff like that, and then writing to the middle of a file and reading to the middle of a file, and a bunch of file operations. And the biggest thing in 121 is, so the course is called Systems Programming Fundamentals, I'm pretty sure. And you have to think about really what a system is. A system is it's like a realm of operations that are abstracted away, right? And that's what a system is. And essentially, it takes a lot of thinking to build up a whole system. Like if you think about a house, there's so many components in a house, right? There's drainage, there's lighting, there's the wiring and stuff. There's a lot of things to think about, and that's really one of the biggest things in software engineering because you have to build systems all the time. And that's what assignment 2 is about. So every year, like every term, basically assignment 2, you have to make a file transfer system, right? Actually, cool thing that relates very well to Lab 0 is that I think with 1.21, half of the times, the assignment you make, you're kind of implementing a SSH thing, okay? So if you think about what SSH is, it's like, is it SSH? Wait. It's like something similar to SSH, but essentially it's like transferring files between two systems, right? And that's what assignment 2 will sometimes involve. So you're gonna make a really big system that involves transferring data between two different systems, and let's say if you have the same file between two systems and you're trying to keep them synced up, well, there's a lot of like coding you have to do to do them in the most efficient way possible. But essentially, assignment 2, make sure to start early. It's really, really long, and you have to make up a really big system. And there's a lot of thinking that comes into like how to design a system properly. And yeah, so that's what assignment 2 is about. And 1.21 then leads on into more low-level courses such as Comp 3231, which is the operating systems course. So even more systems. And yeah, you get to go through how operating system works. So if you think about like your Windows or your Mac, right? These are all like just like operating systems, and you get to see how memory is managed. Like one of the things you get to see is how memory is managed under the hood, because there's a lot of things, right? So that's what 1.21 is about. But it's overall still a pretty chill course, because as you all know, it's the first year course and it comes right after 1.11. So they can't like, give you guys something crazy. 1.31, I don't got too much to say about this course, but basically this whole course is a group project course. So you have like 5 to 6 people in a group or something like that. And throughout the term, you have to make essentially the backend for a website. So I think what I got to make was Kahoots, right? So it involved us making a bunch of functions for example, like checking if an answer is correct, or adding a question to a database, or adding a user to a database of users, right? So that's what 1.31 is about. And as you know, with group projects, obviously try your best to get in with a good group, get in with a good partner to go into the group, because otherwise you'll end up having to do a lot of work. And yeah, and you can trust your friends, right? So go with your friends, yeah. And then Comp 2521, right? So 2521 is, I'll say it's probably like the most important course in computer science. It's not even really like a first year course. As you can see, it starts on number 2. But most people tend to do it in first year, like just because. Most people do it in term 2, like right after 1.11. But you will be hit hard by this course. So if you think back to the difficult parts of Comp 1.11, so if you ever if you have any experiences like bash your head against the wall in 1.11 where you couldn't think of something, this course is full of that. There's a lot of thinking outside of the box that you have to do in this course, and yeah, so this course, what are they hating on me right? Okay, alright. So 2.1 is about data structures and algorithms, right? And yeah, essentially you get to do, I don't know, it probably wouldn't mean anything, but like find research and stuff. You guys have heard of that. But yeah, 2.1 is a lot about thinking outside of the box, and yeah, and that's why it's really difficult because it's unlike something you've done before. Actually, one comparison I can make is, wait, who here has done extended to maths? Yeah. If you think about like, if you guys remember how difficult proofs were in extended to like inequality proofs, that's sometimes how I felt in 2.2. Like I just couldn't get it. Like as long as I thought about it, I still couldn't get it. So yeah, that's kind of what 2.1 is like. And then it leads to more mathy courses like Comp 3121, which is, I'm actually doing that course right now, but it's like more algorithms and stuff, and yeah. Oh yeah, this is like, there are no order tests provided. So, yeah. And yeah, I remember for like my first assignment, I almost got 0 because like I didn't even test my code. I was like, oh, this shit better work, like it's probably gonna work. And then I actually got 0. But luckily they offered like this penalty thing, like, oh, you'll lose 3 marks if you change 1 line of code. And then I changed 1 line of code and it started working, so it's fine. But yeah, make sure to test the raw code. And just because there's no order test provided does not mean that they're not gonna test it. So yeah, make sure to really test your own code and make sure it works. And also, yeah. Oh yeah, lead code. So have you guys, anyone here heard of lead code? Yeah. So lead code is like, essentially when you're applying for companies and stuff, like for internships or like grad roles or just any software jobs, in the interviews, they will give you like questions like, oh, like a really simple one. For example, like, oh, what's the fastest way, given a list of numbers, what's the fastest way to check if this list of numbers has a number 5, for example? Alright? Or like, oh, if this list is sorted, what's the fastest way you can do this? And then you have to design an algorithm. Obviously it gets way harder than this, but this is essentially what LeetCode is like. There's actually a website for it, leetcode.com, if you want to see any cool problems you have on there. And yeah, essentially 2.1, it gives you, okay, it teaches you a lot of algorithms that will be really useful for LeetCode. So yeah, so if you're feeling like ambitious, as soon as you finish Comp 2.1, maybe just start writing LeetCode. After a year, you will be good. But yeah, and also another thing is, so I'm from the education portfolio in CSESoc, right? And essentially, throughout this term, we'll be running weekly workshops from week 2. So, right, for you guys, it's like you guys just started coding like probably like a week ago, right? So it might be a bit daunting, but if you guys are interested, come pull up. You know, basically what we do in LeetCode workshop is every week we go through like a different topic in algorithms, right? We go through a different topic and then we teach you the topic. We go through questions that use the topic and then we give you questions. Then we give you questions that use the topic, and then you guys can ask us questions if you want. But yeah, that's essentially what LeetCode workshops are like. And yeah, so that's Comp 2.1. Definitely a hard course. Do not underestimate it. And yeah, a lot of people fail this course as well. But yeah. And also, we're reaching the end now, but here are some other stuff that you can look at. So, if you have any other questions, general questions, check out CSESoc's first year guide. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Shout out to media, they're here right now. They made this first year guide. I think they did, but yeah, shout out to Gala Christine. And Hey, who's not here. And final thing, join CSE Subcom. Yeah, if you want to make many new friends or be a part of the society that organizes cool events for the university, definitely come join. I think, is it open yet? Like the Subcom apps?
Out today.
Yeah, the apps will come out today, you know. Put an application in, you know, look at the ports, see which one you fit in well, and yeah, definitely come join. We definitely want you guys. And yeah. That's it. Thank you guys for coming.